In this video, I'm changing the oil on the Maserati Ghibli by myself. First, we're going to warm up the engine. The Indie mechanic charges me 300. The parts were about 73. Once the car is warmed up, turn it back off. And now we're going to reach for the hood lever, pop that, slide this yellow to the left, and then open the hood. Remove the dipstick. And we'll slide in this extractor line a little over the length of the dipstick. The other end of the line goes into an extractor looking like this, and this is the type of line that I'm using. To get the oil flow started, we're going to give this thing about 1 to 3 pumps up until you see the oil flow through the tube. Once you see that, you can stop pumping. While that's extracting, we're going to pop 3 clips on the side of the airbox and then remove the hose clamp as well. Push down on these 2 plastic tabs, and then that'll slide this top part of the airbox right out. Remove the air filter. Since there's debris in here, I'm vacuuming it out. So I stuffed some random scrap paper in here just to make sure we don't get any oil into the airbox by accident. I'm going to use this 27mm socket on a 10-inch extension and then reach for the oil filter through here. Then we'll turn this counterclockwise. Now using my hand, I'm going to manually turn it counterclockwise and then remove the whole oil filter assembly. And there's a nod to Ferrari through the oil filter. I bought this Wix oil filter from O'Reilly Auto Parts, WL10474. In this part, we're lubricating the 3 O-rings with oil. Now I'll take this new filter and then put it back into the engine. So this clip is playing at twice the speed, but yeah, it is quite interesting trying to maneuver it through this hose in this tiny little area. But ultimately it did go in, and now we're able to turn it clockwise once it enters. I tucked the rag down here, so I'm going to remove it to now. Now I'm going to continue tightening that oil filter. Slide that 27mm socket with a 10-inch extension bar and then turn that clockwise. Just hand tighten it. If you want to get specific, 25 nanometers or 18 pound-feet of torque. Now we can remove this paper from the air box. Put this air filter back into place. Slide this cover back into place. Make sure to line up the tabs. Clip this hose back into place. So now that the new filter is in place, the extractor should have pulled out about 6 liters of oil. Towards the end, you'll see air pockets like this. You want to move the hose around just to make sure there's no excess oil that it can continue sucking out. So the engine capacity is about 7.5 quarts. It pulled out about 6.3 quarts. That's because I drive a base model. So now we're going to loosen this oil cap right here. Did double check on the dipstick here, and there's nothing to see right now. I'm using Valvoline European 5W40. But some use Shell, some use Liquimoly. Just pour this straight into this area using a funnel. Shaking out every last drop because I'm a cheapo. And then just rechecking the dipstick. Ended up adding 1 more quart, and that did the trick for me. Oil cap goes in place. Tighten that clockwise. Check the dipstick level. It should be between the 2 dots. Start the engine and let it run. Give it about a minute or 2 and just make sure that there's no leak around the oil filter area. And that's it. Oil change done in 30 minutes and came in well under the independent mechanic prices posted here. Thank you for watching.